welcome to the Nerd Theorist playing NerD&D. So, as you can see, we are missing a couple of players tonight, unfortunately. We're missing Dottie and James, but life gets in the way. But we're unusually streaming on a Tuesday, which just... It doesn't happen, like, ever. We usually, every other Sunday, we try to be, but in this case, we knew we were not going to be available to put it out to stream on that particular Sunday, so we've streamed on a random Tuesday instead, but it will still be going out on YouTube on its regular slot on the Tuesday after. So go to Twitch if you're watching it on YouTube, give us a follow on there, or if you happen to be watching it on Twitch, go over to YouTube, check out our channel, and lots of awesome stuff on there, from tabletop gaming to D&D and everything else in between, everything nerdy. Go check it out. So,
and there's probably going to be a bit of a gap till the next one.
Maybe, we don't know. We might just be missing random other people.
We may soldier on depending on who and how many.
Many are missing. It's a popular time of year in summer for people to go on holiday and whatnot. Next time it's me, I'm on holiday. So, yeah, there you go. And kids are off, so it's always a tricky one to do.
Fun for all you guys, not for me.
Anyway, we love our kids, we do. But
we do.
Anyway, does anybody have anything nerd theorist related they want to announce?
I think we're in a pretty much similar position to last time, really. Gaz is building shipping containers.
Shipping containers, keep an eye on that. Yeah, no, there's lots of awesome stuff coming out, so just keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
I need to buy a magic deck, and someone needs to do a tutorial video with me to show me how to play
magic. I think that is a great idea. I mean, if you're just getting paid at the end of the month, Commander Masters is coming out, and the pre-con decks are a mere £85.
Oh, but the deck lists have been previewed these past 2 days, and I wouldn't. My honest opinion is I wouldn't go for one of them.
I just need a bit. I just need a bit
overpriced. And... Yeah, you'd be better off getting a. You'd be better off picking up one of the Lord of the Rings ones.
Yeah, there's some good.
They're fun, and obviously it's Lord of the Rings themed cards.
Andrew's personal opinion going out
there. Yeah. Might not be the right opinion, but that is my opinion.
Yeah.
And then we could do a tutorial video of how to play Magic the Gathering and teach me how to play Magic the Gathering.
There you go.
We'd have to do it with all of us because we need to do a 4-way commander to really get him into the brutality of it.
Commander has to be 4-way really to truly experience it.
No, I'm not too
Anyway,
shall
we,
so on to
digress.
the campaign of Hatheria. So, previously on Hatheria, you, after leaving the now fallen city of Angelrun, you took a little bit of a detour to go side questing for Meridian's old homestead from his childhood home.
Worth it for Meridian.
To where he found a hidden cache from his adopted father, who it was an odd note, really, that kind of left him with a spell, a keystone, and an amulet.
I worked out how to unlock straight away. Just putting that in there.
Just
very proud of yourself.
He is. He's very pleased with himself.
We knew we'd never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
That's going to get mentioned every session.
But with another giant eagle flight back to save time, you landed again upon a barge you had acquired. That you had moored up. Acquired. To be fair, the owners are probably dead now.
Let's face it, who else is going to be using it?
Yeah. And which you moored up in the middle of the Great Lake. You then... Well, that's where you are. You head in with a vague plan to head towards the Arbarath Mountains.
Did we
to
not
try
have a
and
rest
head off.
at the end?
No,
we just landed.
You did
Right,
a
okay.
long rest at the farmstead, and then you spent a few 4th level spells to travel back, and that's.
Well, to be fair, we can have a rest on the boat, can't we, while we're sailing?
Oh, yeah, there's gonna be
We've got a long
trek
boat
upstream.
journey ahead. I mean, I'm not worried about me. I'm fine. I was worried about more the casters.
Which, to be fair, in my entire honesty, I think I miscalculated, and I think you would have only have needed to have used one of your 4th level spells.
Oh, well, that we could have done it without the rest. Never mind, that's good. So you've got 1/4 each. That's nice.
Hand you a 4th level back. There you go.
Oh, lovely, thanks. I shall accept your 4th level, and I shall put it in my pocket.
Why, when you say that, does it sound so pervy? I don't get that.
It's
when I
natural
say
talent.
everything.
Yeah, it's the default state.
Yeah.
I will have my 4th level back, yes.
Right, I've removed a 4th level expenditure from Helena.
I've got a new T-shirt as well.
I was going to say, I
nice.
was loving the new
Very nice.
T-shirt, but
Very
like,
important. But what's even better than the front is the back.
I genuinely, for one moment, thought he was going to show us his arse then.
yeah,
So
that's awesome.
that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So
Carrie's
what
best bet
are
bought us some
you
Rick and Morty.
planning to do?
Right, what are we planning to do, guys? What is the plan?
What's
sailing on the river.
What does the area look like? Is there any? We're not near the island yet. We're just sort of out of the harbour, aren't we?
You're out in not into the very deep depths of it because you thought that the anchor probably wouldn't have reached, but far enough away for you to think it was relatively safe to have left it.
Oh wait, there was some private islands here, wasn't there, owned by some very rich people?
There's a bit of a trick away. Is there any sign of traffic?
We don't get distracted by the islands.
The barbarian in me wants to go do some raiding. I want to go see if we can steal some shit. Sorry. Okay, no.
Do you know what though? He's not got a bad idea there. Slipping into character. You know, this Lee turn's gonna have an island, ain't he? It might be possible that he's left something there.
I mean, from here, can I see?
Would we know of any island for
this
You don't know what island belongs to whom, and there are quite a few.
That's what I mean. Like, from here, can I see the islands? Can I see if any of them have got like buildings on, or if any have got walls, or
a lot of much of anything? You've got amazing eyesight up to 1 mile.
I think it's
bloody big lake.
mile, yeah.
This is many miles.
Right,
yes.
okay, right. Okay,
many. Like I say, it would take 1 day of horse riding to go around it, to go from one side to the other.
Right. Oh God, the side quest person in me is just screaming right now.
I feel like we'd be pissing in the wind if we were trying to find.
Yeah, look, let's make for Havenford as it stands.
Let's raise the anchor anyway.
Way anchor.
I'll start hoisting it up with Cadell.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. Yeah. Me and you will smash that.
It's not a massive anchor, I think. Generally, it would not even make you roll for that. The anchor is easy enough for you to be able to hoist. And you start
heavy
drifting
forward, I suppose.
Yeah, you jumping on the oars.
They're going to have to. I don't know what.
Jumping on. Yeah, we
They
brought
had oars. Yeah, they had oars on the barge.
Oh, I was going to say, it's not like us to be organised.
No, it was already on the barge.
We luckily stole a barge with oars.
Fortunate.
No, Kerry's saying hello to everyone.
Hi.
Hey, Kaza.
Arabella comes and waves us off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just best cantrip. Let's no. Oh no, the sails are slack again. Okay. Is there any form of a wind we can utilise to get the sail up?
At the moment.
Yes, Arabella is on the coast, like waving us off.
She stood there with Quentin and the 2 doors.
Well, that's
zombies.
That's up to the GM, isn't it?
We'll see what happens, what the future needs, I guess. So is
there
there
with
any
a
form
family
of...
that have we're trying to get away from the zombies, the family that have just turned up to get on their boat to get away from the zombies.
Pale and translucent, so on the shore.
Yeah. Can we? Is there a wind we can make use of? Can we get the sail up?
Zombie Bella?
Zombella. No.
Zombella, was it?
But anyway, what did Grom say? Sorry.
Grom is repeatedly trying to work out if there's a wind he can utilise with this sail. Nothing. Dead, or is it unhelpful wind?
It's just it's a little bit gusty here and there, but it's not strong enough in your particular direction to make use of it right now.
You've got me and Hector on oars. I mean, we could probably go about like 30 knots in this thing.
Yeah.
Let's just split her ear open again. Oh, for God's sake. Bloody dog.
So make strength checks, gentlemen.
Yeah, get the roll.
Straight away, roll.
Best rolls of the night.
Straight strength roll.
What is my straight strength roll? +4.
It wouldn't be a straight strength.
Athletics.
Sorry, it would be an athletics. Yeah, my apologies.
I think that's even better, actually. What's my athletics?
+7 or something.
Oh, yeah. 8+7. Where's my D?
19 for me. 19 for me.
I'll go for a blue D20 today. It is a +7, 16 +7. So.
Loads, 23.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, that's fine with Grom on the tiller, and you can guide them away. And
we got one on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Because
to be fair,
if he rolled a 20 odd and he only rolled a 19, we're going to be veering off to one side.
It's not a matter of how much you're putting in. It's whether you're falling slack or not.
Well, you row.
If you're good enough to be able to row, yeah.
Oh, we're oaring it that powerfully that the whole front end has come up, and we're now like.
Yeah, it's like the cartoons get through. Your oars are just spinning.
Yeah. As long as Grom guides us in the right direction, we're all right.
Yeah, slow it down a bit, lads. It's not built for turning quickly.
Speed. Yes, but ultimately you're still rowing.
Yeah.
This journey to Havenford, is it long enough for me to have a long rest?
Well, I was going to say that. It probably would be.
Yeah, right. I'll do
that. Me and Hector are pretty much. I mean, we haven't used any skills. We haven't used any powers. We don't need to rest. I mean, I'm still at full hit points, so me and him could just row through the night. You know, we're fine.
You say that? Did you not just fly all the way there?
Yeah, I was going to say we can't just flat row through the night. If we don't sleep, we'll be exhausted. I imagine there's only so much rowing we could do after.
Even with a day's rowing, you have to stop and have breaks without getting a point of exhaustion.
Really, we'd be better off doing it in shift.
Yeah, but you can't do it in shift.
Which means. Yeah, no, but we could get Harul on one and Cadell on the other, and then me on one.
Oh, we could just have me and you do it during the day, and then have two people take over, and we'll just go a lot slower.
So, here's a question.
Yes.
Since I'm an artificer, and I know how to make a force ballista, and I know how to make a flamethrower which jets. Can I spend a bit of time, maybe this day, to create a magical cannon that acts as an impeller?
No.
So that it goes and sits onto the bottom of the boat, pulls the water through, and fires the water out.
Wishful thinking.
That's something completely different.
How long would someone have to row for before they actually died? Because that would be a classic way for your character to snuff it in D&D.
Approximately all the way to Havenford.
I've just got an image of Arnold Barbarian just pushing the thing along, just going forever and ever, but just rowing forever and ever, and just getting bigger and bigger as he rows, just getting more muscly as he rows.
So, what are you actually doing while you're rowing? What's the actual plan? I know that Meridian wants to long rest, having a nap in the curled up like a cat.
Yeah, we'll row for however long.
We'll just row for as long as physically possible. Yeah.
Someone else jump in.
Talk to me about the size of this lake and how long it's going to take us to cross said lake.
Yeah, with us rowing, I mean, how?
It looks pretty bleeding large on this map.
It is. It is pretty darn large.
36 miles or so I'm getting here from Angelrun to the Grand.
Yes.
And how fast are we rowing realistically?
Speed of rowing, no idea. But I'd say you're probably going at a horse riding pace. If anybody actually does watch this and knows I'm wrong, just please let us know by any means necessary. But yeah, so I would say approximately the same as horse riding, because ultimately you're not utilizing wind speed. You're just purely relying on rowing, which was just there as emergency, basically. For emergency use.
You're only looking at about 3 to 4 knots. Average rowing speed, 3 to 4 knots. So given that they're quite strong, or given the benefit of doubt, say 4 knots, that's still only roughly 4 miles an hour.
You got 132 miles, according to my calculations, to Havenford.
So
at 4 miles an hour.
10 hours worth of rowing would be 40
so
miles.
It's going to take you what? If
you talk at least
if you have
3
people,
days, really.
If you have people swapping out,
we're talking 3 days.
Yeah.
You really only can.
Yeah, it's 33 hours rowing at 4 miles at 4 knots. So that's a lot.
Yeah, you're talking 3 days, really. Realistically, with breaks and speed. Like
you're not gonna row it dark, are we?
Days.
Because let's be honest, we're not, able seamen.
So we're talking 2.5, 3 days to get there. To get
Look,
to
my seamen, I've had 5 kids. There's
able.
You have got able seamen.
They're more than able.
They do front crawl. They don't do breaststroke.
Anyway, so is that what you're doing? You're taking.
I think we're gonna start. Yeah, let's start by crossing let's start by crossing the lake, and then let's see what the current of the river brings us when we get there. Because obviously the lake's going to be easier rowing than the river.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Is it downstream that we're rowing as well?
Nope.
No, it's upstream.
Upstream.
Yes.
All right. Well.
So
why the lake is fine? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're roughly talking.
The lake's great.
It's 2.5, 3 days to get to Havenford, roughly.
Yeah. That's if other people take over, because you can't do it all on your own.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. We look at that. You look at that. Yeah, that's say 10 hours a day rowing.
Yeah.
So we'd need to break into shifts for that.
Yeah. So. Which we can do. There's enough of us.
All right. So what I suggest then is, now you've got us underway, let's let some of the weaker people take over, and you guys rest yourselves when we get to the river.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be easier to row up the lake than it is to row down the river.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
So
we'll say that over the course of this day, is Meridian and Helena. Apologies. I'm sure on one of the things I've written just Helen somewhere.
Helen the necromancer.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're giving them the benefit of the doubt of having a long rest, because there's.
We've got enough time for everyone to have a long rest, haven't we? Really?
Yeah.
Well, if other people,
if we do it in shifts, everyone's getting a break, everyone's getting a rest.
That's short rests.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Apart from Meridian, he's just buggered off into the back and just gone. Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm off to sleep.
So while you're all arguing about the rowing speed,
I don't think any of us need a long rest, really.
It's just those two who don't have.
Even they're missing a single 4th level each. So
yeah. Oh, that could be all the difference, though.
I mean, it could make all the difference. It just depends how many sea monsters we encounter en route. There's a bleeding kraken in the middle of this lake now. That's just going to change everything,
Yeah. No. Well, let's just get moving and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's right. So you are rowing along this lake, and it is pretty good going. It's easy going, and you're setting off relatively early in the morning, because all you did was fly back there after waking up. And You pass quite a few of these private islands that are varying in sizes and varying in development on these islands.
Any signs of life on the water and in the islands?
You do see the odd bits of movement, a lot of which tend to be just the signs of people trying to batten down the hatches, effectively, trying to hunker down.
We could do to recruit some crew. If we
Not a bad idea, actually. We're not poor, so...
Well, people might be wanting passage to Havenford.
If we get find one that's relatively... Is there any that looks like it's got like a village? Rather than... Or a hamlet, rather than it being posh and expensive. Is there anything that looks like it's maybe farmland?
No. No.
Or,
it's all posh and expensive.
And I was going to say,
posh means
they're all private islands.
Posh means they've got slaves.
Well, it means they've got money, but also it means they're going to run out of food soon because no one's going to be delivering it. So...
Unless they eat fish.
Well, yeah, there is that. There's a big body of water, I suppose.
Is there any on the way past that look like they're big enough that they actually have some sort of dockyard, like some sort of place we can stop?
They've pretty much, most you've seen have got some sort of dock or another on it.
Any of them look like they've got better, sleeker river-going ships that aren't barges that we could maybe commandeer?
There's none in sight.
A little sloop or something like that.
A sloop would be good.
Yeah.
Or a schooner.
Nimble. Yeah, nimble.
There's none in sight, but generally these docks are accompanied by some buildings, and you've no idea what's in them.
Okay.
I'm just totally on the idea of raiding.
Do we want
a
to pull
right
in and find ourselves a crew, or do we want to soldier on and just make our way as we need to go? How important is it that we supply?
I'd say soldier on. If we see someone, we can maybe flag them down.
I'd say the biggest island we can see that has the most people on it, we could probably moor up at the dock and
idea
jump
how
off.
many people are on any of them. Even the ones where you can't see movement, there might still be people within the buildings. You've no idea.
And these are going to be rich people that have just escaped the zombies. They're not going to want to get on a boat with a.
If we can get ourselves to Havenford, maybe we can get some.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that is a good point.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
Still there.
Oh, maybe we can sell the boat and get someone else to take us as well.
Yeah, I get that.
Let's
get to
soldier
Havenford.
on.
Let's just go because from Havenford we could even do it on land, couldn't we? We could even just get horses and do it on land.
Right, in theory,
it depends how easy it is going. Ideally, we'll find a spellcaster at Havenford that was actually in charge of making the wind spells that were causing the boat.
The problem with Havenford is it might not exist when we get there because it may have been overrun.
Goblins,
right, let's just get there and see what it's like when we get there. Let's just let's just go. Time skip, blah blah blah. Unless the DM's got anything.
I'm imagining us pulling up to just like an abandoned thing, and then just a horde of goblins come charging at the boat.
Well, if that's the case,
which would be epic.
If that's the case, then we've got Fireball Master there. He can.
So you keep rowing, deciding to soldier on past all of these islands after a lengthy rowing debate. And then by the time you've finished debating about it, you've passed them. And you're like, all right, fine, just keep going.
Yep.
And you make it pretty much to what is effectively the mouth of the Yorman Grand. And it is getting towards nightfall. It's not really the mouth of the river because it's on a lake, but is it still the mouth of the river?
It's
you
the
know what I mean. It
I
may
know
as well be with the size of this lake.
Well, the river seeps into the lake.
Yes.
If the start of the lake's the mouth, then surely this is the asshole.
No,
this is where
the wrong way around.
Yeah, the asshole
is where it meets the sea.
We're going upriver, aren't we?
So
that's
mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry. So so we've made it to the mouth of the river.
Yes, which it is coming towards needing to. Night has fallen and you've been rowing a few hours into darkness.
Now we've traversed this river once before, haven't we? We arrived by boat, so we know what to expect on the river. What's it like in terms of danger and shallows and rapids and rocks and?
It's
sure we're about to...
As far as getting a boat down is concerned, it's spiffing because it's been in the sense of if there ever were any obstacles, they've been magically or mechanically cleared out to make sure they can get down and it's maintained.
Bit of magical dredging.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then, how do we feel, everyone? Shall we take a rest here and go on up there in the morning, or does I want to try it tonight?
Let's push on.
Well,
how long have we been rowing at this point?
We've been rowing for like 10 hours.
Oh, we've all alternated.
You've been alternating. You've been like a few hours each. Like a few hours swap over, a few hours swap over.
So as long as we're not fatigued, then yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay. You can keep
Are
going.
there likely to be more in points? Again, having traversed it, are we going to find somewhere to sleep on the river, or is it going to be more likely that this is easier?
There'll be plenty of places you can weigh anchor.
Could like,
because it's nowhere near as deep
is there?
Yeah.
It's not a good way of pushing on, like saying. No, I just.
What?
No, wait.
I was just thinking if we were like, if two of us pushed on through the night and rowed, whilst others rest, and then the others that have picked up, they pick it up in the morning.
I'd like very much to say that I've been the only person driving this, and I might not have done much physical labour, but mentally, controlling a boat is quite taxing. And at some point, one of you's going to have to. Really. One of you lot's going to have to learn how to steer this bastard, or we're going to have to let me sleep.
He's having a debate with himself.
Yeah, let's just have a break until morning. I mean, it's only what, 7 hours, 6. All right,
let's. If it's going towards night, let's just have a break.
The shortest possible long break, and even if we wake up in dark, I'm sure Meridian can illuminate the path for us.
Yeah, I can.
Could we stagger it so that people start their long rest whilst others are still rowing, and then we wouldn't lose as much rowing time?
If one of you can replace me on the tiller, because at the moment you've been sharing the rowing, and I've done all the steering.
The thing is, there's only 6 of us.
Yeah. So so 3 of us are 1 steer, 2 rowing, so the other 2 can rest. So they can start their rest, and then.
Yeah, you can do it in groups of 3. Yeah, and yeah.
All right. Rule, come here. Let's have a look at this with me.
How many?
Yeah, smart lad.
Yeah, Rule comes over and he has a look at it with you. It's pretty straightforward.
It's 3 and 3, isn't it?
You do that. It goes that way. It's opposites.
3 and 3. Yeah. So
it just means when we're rowing, we're faster, but either way, it's still 3 and 3. So yeah, so we can do it in shifts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll still have to moor up for a good chunk of time, but you'll lose less time.
Yeah, so we could do that.
Yeah, because as much you can't have 3 rowing for a few hours, swap over, and the others only had like 3 hours sleep and then swap over.
No, you're not going to do a 6-hour shift, are you?
No, I meant they could start like 3 or 4. They could start their rest like a good 2 or 3 hours before, and then their rest would be finished.
Yeah.
Before ours.
Like we do a changing of the watch. Yeah. It's just a change of the end of your rest, you know.
So effectively, for first watch, you'll have a group of people rowing and everybody else sleeping.
Yeah.
Middle watch, everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
End watch, the people who were sleeping first get up and row. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Who's Let's do that then.
First watch of rowing, effectively.
Well, it's me and Hector for the first watch of rowing then.
I'll stay up until, and I'll then sleep through.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Oh,
thank you, my love.
Shipyard, very nice.
Yeah.
Shipyard, not round here. Not
very apt.
So yeah, please make another strength check, please.
Nobody drink any hobgoblin.
Is it strength or is it strength or athletics?
Sorry, it's athletics.
Crooked
it's strength based athletics.
Yeah.
Mine was only a
17 plus a 7,
14.
24.
Sorry,
14.
how much was Hector? 14.
Yeah.
As you go
I'll
in,
shout out at him and tell him to put his back into it. Oh, Hector, you straighten your back, lad. Take a look over there at him. Look over there. You see how he's doing it? Do it like him. Do it better. Come on, lad. And add 4 to that 14.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Yeah, that it's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and with a bit of guidance and shouting at you, you pick it up and start going. You can tell it is considerably harder going. Rowing
up the river.
Up the Yeoman Grand, because you're rowing against the flow of water, effectively, against the current. But you're making reasonable progress. Until then, it comes to swapping shifts. You get to a point where you just cannot row anymore. You have to rest. You have to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you swap over. So, are you going to weigh anchor?
Well, at this point, this is where the other 3 are already sleeping, aren't they? So now at this point, we're just going to bed down for our time, and in 3 hours, they're going to get up.
Is anybody going to actually do a watch?
No.
That we didn't think about that. That could be
What's
risky.
the worst that could happen?
Well, we could find ourselves back in the lake in half a boat.
Well,
Surely
it's
fallen in.
Cadell's
Oh, no, he's
Cadell's got a
I was just
special
going to say
sword.
I can't be surprised. So we can't be surprised by an attack or anything, because if somebody jumps on the boat to attack us, I'll get woken up instantly anyway. So
There's so many echoes of the Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
Is it by any chance
so-
just a thing?
We're all exhausted. We've got to sleep now, haven't we? So, we can either wake them up for a watch.
No, we didn't think of it before. We got to sleep, I'd say.
Could we not? We could wake someone up. No, fuck it. Right,
But
we're all
if
asleep.
but if they wake up now,
Let's
they're
just
going
go
to
for
need to
it.
go back
We're all
to sleep.
asleep. If we get attacked by bandits,
Live
we'll.
dangerously.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
Make sure
waiting
moored
for
perfectly in the
Tom to
middle.
roll the dice.
We spent the first hour
It's just
role-playing,
roll-
rowing
it's
a
just roll the
fucking boat.
So, then who's waking up for the next lot rowing?
It'll be Harul, Helena, and Meridian.
Helena.
Gonna need some strong rowing here.
Yeah. So whoever's actually doing
3
the
hours.
rowing, make an athletics check. In fact, one of those will be Harul,
It'll be
because
you.
he's all
Yeah.
right at it.
Right. Athletics.
He's all right. It's +0, so it's better than the sorcerers.
11.
You start lagging behind a little bit. Your progress is very slow.
Marginal.
Well, that's what we figured.
It's marginal, but it's progress.
Oh, here's a question, actually, considering this. Now, looking at the map, I don't know if you can see the things I'm drawing on the map.
I've not even got the map up. There we go.
Yes. I mean, assuming when we get to this big bow in the river, it's actually only a 12-mile hop across to Havenford from there, whereas if we stayed on the boat, it is a significantly longer 36 plus 24, 50-odd miles, probably 36 plus 36, actually. So we could maybe consider mooring up and dashing across land.
Get another boat in Havenford.
Or horses.
Or,
I mean,
I was going to say, I mean, if it's all upstream, I don't know that being on a boat's going to be any benefit anyway, is it?
It's going to be bloody tiring getting all the way up to Bridge Reach.
Yeah, we might be better off on land.
Or wherever.
But we could flog this barge when we get there.
Who's going to buy a barge with a goblin attack? No one's got any money.
The town is about to be overrun by hobgoblins. They've knocked down the bridge.
Well,
Yeoman Minor, how easy to cross is that on foot?
What, the Yeoman Minor?
Yeah, because obviously we have to cross here at Havenford, wouldn't we?
We don't have horses, so
There is another bridge on that side.
Oh, okay, lovely. So they're only taking down the one on that side. All right.
Yeah, it sounds like
that sounds like a more sensible and robust
Sounds like
option.
a
All
good
we got to
plan,
do is be
bro.
careful not to bump into any scouts from the main army.
Yeah. My boat
Well, they're
runs
miles
boring.
away.
Well, you say they're miles away, but we'll be on the right side, same side of the river of them. So it's always a worry if they put Vanguard out. But we'd be in the woods, so we'd be sheltered as well as we could.
Oh yeah, we've done well in the woods. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. You're not allowed to take part.
You're not allowed to set any trees on fire.
I'm pretty sure I didn't start it last time.
No, it was Hector's fault last time.
It was Hector.
So
I say we soldier on, and then when we wake up, we'll have this conflab and get to that point where we can moor up on that bank and make the hop on foot.
So when our rest is finished and those guys are halfway through. Nah, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably not a bad idea actually.
12 miles, 3 miles an hour. You know, it's no major problem, is it? So 4 miles an hour if you want, but you'd have to carry me.
Yeah, I'll just chuck you on my back. Yeah. In fact, we should make like what we should do is make like a little.
I do not want a baby harness.
Metal frame that you could put on my back so that you're standing on it, so you're above me and you can still shoot while you're on my back. While I'm stomping along.
I like that. Do you know what? I'm going to spend some time on the boat doing that. As we moor up, I am going to rig myself because I can do this without.
As you moor up, where and when, what?
As we moor up, and we're gonna moor up on the map, and we've got this 12-mile trek through the woods to Havenford.
Okay.
And I am going to use from the boat some rigging, some wood, some metal, whatever I can find.
You're getting slightly ahead of yourself because we're only just. But who wants to roll a D20?
Ah, fair point. Just what?
Any reason? Straight D20, and just tell me the.
All right.
Just one of you.
I'm on it.
Done it. That is a 12.
Oh, we got a natural 20.
Well, I just overrode him with a 12. Yeah. I'm sorry.
What?
I rolled before you picked up. I didn't realise I rolled a 12.
But
now we're all dead.
I'm so upset.
It was to determine direction of wind.
Okay.
So natural 20 would have not done you any favours.
Yeah. That'll be my only natural 20 of the entire night. That'll be it.
Yeah, that is it. You've just wasted a natural 20.
Yeah.
You are getting. It's not quite to your back, but it's enough to help.
We can start quartering the wind a little bit. Okay.
You're asleep, don't forget.
Well,
yeah, I mean this is what you can do throughout the day. So once the rest of the watch, rest of the crew, effectively, do wake up, you realise you've been making progress, maybe not as much as you'd have liked, but there's more of you. You can utilise a bit more of that wind as well.
Okay, so what's that going to do to speed? Are we talking doubling it?
Well, with it not quite being your back, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's maybe not quite double, but yeah, it's getting there because you've still got.
Say we're now doing 7 miles an hour.
So you can get to your mooring point in the day.
Yeah, and then we've just got to decide whether we're going to walk across there, which is going to take us, half a day, or whether it's going to be 24 plus 36. Then again, we're going to change direction, so the wind's going to screw us over anyway.
Depends what shall we walk? The next day's going to be.
Well, we are. We'll be really early morning now, won't we? Pretty much, or lunchtime. I'm thinking now that we've all woken up overnight.
Now you've all woken up. It's getting towards late morning. Yeah.
All right. So do we trick then? We'll get there by tea time, or do you want to stay on the boat?
Where have we got to?
Hector zoned out.
We are here. Sorry. And we're at the mooring point.
Right, okay.
So we've got that 12-mile trek across land to Haven from that side.
And it's daytime, nighttime. Where are we at?
Late morning.
Late morning?
No, it's not late morning by the time we get to the mooring point. It's late morning by the time everybody wakes up.
Okay.
Apologies.
Then we can get to the mooring point.
You get to the mooring point. It's before sunset.
Okay, so we either stay here for the night and make a push tomorrow, or we hop out and go for an hour or two and then camp in the woods again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I hope that.
Yeah.
Since it's dark, I'm not going to make myself a platform because it's, I'll hit my thumb.
That's a really cool idea, though. Like
it is nice. And maybe one day I'll build myself a spotter's platform to ride on the back of you.
Yep.
Which will go really well until the moment you try and roll out away in combat and you send me flying. So I'll have to find a way of strapping myself to you.
It's just great because it means I could smack someone with my sword, and you're right there to shoot them in the head straight afterwards.
As long as you don't take his head off with it, you're all right.
I was going to say,
on
very
the back true. Yeah.
Just be careful of those natural ones.
In all fairness, I can build a cannon that sits on your forehead like that and does a little cone of fire, so it's no problem. I don't need to be on you. You can just wear it like a hat.
I've already got a helmet.
Oh, you can sit on top of your helmet. Yeah, just it'll crawl up and just sit there and just
nestle in.
Anyway, we're tangenting here. Come on, let's.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do but talk shit on all the long hours on a boat? Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got an image.
So you make a camp on the shore or on boat?
Yeah. I'd say on the shore, and I'd say because you say we get there before sunset. Yeah. So we've got a couple of hours walking ahead of us, haven't we? We can probably do before we decide to camp.
Make a bit of a headway.
Yeah. So that's almost halfway there then. Couple of hours, 6 miles in, something like that.
Yeah, you get a good chunk of the way through that journey.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch then.
Let's bed down here and make ourselves relatively safe and secure. Is it possible to conceal our camp a little bit?
Does this also mean the casters have had a long rest?
You can certainly try. The casters have had a long rest, yeah.
Meridian, long rest. Get your 4th level spell back.
I'd already had one on the boat.
So it's his second long rest, this one.
You can camouflage your camp if you want to make a survival check.
Ooh, I think I'm quite good at survival, actually.
Or one of us.
Whoever's doing it.
I've got a +4. I've got a +4 to survival, so...
We should have just flown the rest of the way to...
We'd have arrived in Hobgoblin City or something then, wouldn't we, and had spells down again.
Yeah, but as soon as you can see it, it's Goblin City.
It's a 13 +4, so it's a 17.
Not bad.
It's pretty good. You get plenty of branches and this kind of time of year, the leaves are falling from these trees, and so there's plenty of foliage around to be able to put onto your tents.
So I'm just walking around with my spade hands going...
Just, massive arms and just chucking loads of leaves over the tents and stuff.
Yeah.
You can easily enough... you do a reasonable job at camouflaging. So if you didn't know it was there, you'd probably struggle spotting it. So who's doing watch?
I'll do first watch.
Okay.
Are we in individual tents?
We did, didn't we?
Right, do you want to come up and snuggle?
We took a load of tents from the slavers. We've had tents in our packs for ages, so they just go in the bag of holding, don't they? When they, unless they got taken when we were prisoners.
Yeah. Camping
no.
gear is hard to come by.
No. Okay.
Yes, it's still there.
Very good. There we are. So we got.
Right. Either way, right. So we've got our little camp. I'm going first watch. Who's going second watch?
While Cadell is on watch, I'm gonna cast Keystone Teleport on myself.
Here's the thing.
It takes a minute to cast, and it's not subtle.
Oh, is it very loud?
It's not loud. I mean, you can do it within your tent. It creates a teleportation circle, which is a 15-foot radius from yourself.
So I would definitely notice it.
Which goes beyond your tent. So.
Oh right, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to get up and tell Cadell that I'm going for a piss, and I'm going to wander into the woods and cast it.
Okay.
And I'm going to be going off on your own. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going for a
notice him get up.
You do realise I can see for a mile, mate. I can see for a mile.
I love the full meta gaming. Like, oh, he's going to use teleport. I can't let him off and do it.
I can literally see for a mile.
Ultimately, but do you have dark vision?
I think not dark vision. I think I've got.
And it takes a minute to cast as well. Right. Well, knowing that he has got eagle vision, I'm going to walk far away that he couldn't reach me in a minute. So even if he does see me and starts sprinting at me,
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So, as the only person who knows what he's got, do I notice him get up and go out? No, he doesn't. I do. I'd be kind of
on watch because only Cadell said he was on watch. Then
I would be doing second watch.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, dearie me. Right, I'm going to cast... No, I can't cast guidance on myself for this one because that wouldn't make any sense.
You are unconscious.
So... That is a 12.
No, you don't notice.
All right, fair enough. 19 on the second roll.
So Meridian, you get up, make your excuses, have a little wander into the wood, and you do a little bit more of a walk, and you, Cadell, you start looking, and you lose sight of him reasonably quickly. Does his eagle vision give him effective dark vision?
Let me just double check.
I think we've been through this before. I'm not sure it does.
It gives me. It gives me. I don't have a disadvantage when it comes to low light. I think it does not give me dark vision. Features and traits.
It'd be treat dark vision as though it's low light.
Yeah.
I can see up to 1 mile away with
impose disadvantage.
But that's it.
Yeah, you can.
After all Meridian needed to do was step out of camp,
any sort of
and
light,
you very quickly lose sight of him. You struggle to see anything into the darkness. So then, Meridian, you walk a bit of a way and a bit further to a point where you think is reasonable, and you start setting out.
I have got dark vision, so I can see 120 foot, so I'd know how far away from him I was.
Yeah, you can easily go far enough, and then you start setting down everything to be able to start casting this ritual. And after a minute, you start putting out your keystone, and you start to magically chant the words. You don't have to do it very loud. They wouldn't hear you back from camp. But then you can see in the floor the magical teleportation circle begins to appear around you until you have finished casting, and then your form then just warps away, which is very much like a standard teleportation spell which you've felt and experienced before. But when you re-emerge again, you emerge in what is a dark space. You can now no longer feel the grass under your feet, but stone that you're now kneeling on. And then after a moment of you then trying to get your bearings in this room, which with your dark vision you can see in what was effective low light for you, you can see you're in a stone room. But then just after a brief moment of you then just taking in your surroundings, on the walls all the way around, it starts, a torch flashes up and lights all the way around until the room is lit. And on the floor where you are is the permanent teleportation circle, which is unique to this keystone. On one wall you see a rather large double doors. and the door opposite, on the wall opposite, is a singular door. More ornate. The other side seems just very functional. And the other side is much more ornate, a singular door. There are no windows to this room. It is just a very sturdy stone room with a fairly high ceiling.
Can I try the big double door? See if that's open.
You can. I mean, as you go up to it, there are window slots in it.
All right. Yeah, I'll have a look. Have a look through the window slot first.
You peer through, and there's like a little bit of a short corridor through to what looks. I mean, from there you can see, because there's no doors on the other side of it. It looks like it is a workshop of a kind, which seems to have, it's lit. You see some shadows moving.
So there's right. Okay. What?
If you get into a fight on your own, you're fucked.
The workshop.
We're not there. Doesn't matter.
The equipment of the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell? Can I see it in detail? But I can't. Can I see the people or?
From here, what you can tell is there's clearly some sort of large forge in there. And whoever is in there is working the forge, but it's just the other side of it, and you can't make them out.
Right, okay. I'll go over to the smaller ornate door.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any windows in that one? Any way of seeing?
Is there a window in this one? There's not. There's no window in this one.
I'll just put my ear up against it and see if I can hear anything.
You wait a moment. You hear nothing.
Okay, I'll try and open it, but just gently, just a crack if I can.
Okay. Are you wanting to make a stealth roll?
Yes.
Make a stealth roll, please.
Stealth. Oh, that's a +3. Oh, I barely use stealth. What a waste.
Stealthy Meridian.
That's a good job because I rolled a 10. So 13.
You open it a crack and you peer through, and it peers into what, in the kind of slim gap of the room that you can see beyond. It seems to be lit, but so's the room you're in. But what appears to be beyond there is much more decorated and lush compared to the room you're in. It's just very bare stone. But you can see some bookshelves through the gap that you opened it.
Right, I'm bowling into the forge. I'm just going to walk in.
Okay. You walk over to the other double doors. You go up to the door. It's locked.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right.
If only you'd brought your party.
Yeah, if only you'd brought everyone else.
I really had to gear up for that as well. I know, but I didn't know. For all I knew, it could have teleported me into a middle of volcano and we all would have been dead.
I'm assuming this spell you can use at any point. You can teleport back and teleport back at any point, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you can teleport back to the point you left.
And then you can teleport back.
Yeah.
At another point. So it's like it's a two-way thing. You can use it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Well, it just takes a minute to cast. That's all.
Right. I'm gonna go through the other door. I'm gonna go through the ornate door and have an explore.
You open the other door. You walk with him, and you can clearly see this is a study, an office, and it is.
He's in fucking Lee Earn's office.
Well, it's an office. You are in it, and there's nobody else appearing to be there. And you can see invisible things. You're pretty certain nobody's there. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's. And I would say on one side is a load of bookshelves immediately next to a very ornate desk with loads of books and some ornaments on it. And yeah, it's somebody's office.
Are there any windows to the outside world?
There is a little door which you can see, because it's just a big window in this door. You can see it leads out onto a little balcony.
Right, yeah. Let's the ornaments. What sort of ornaments are we talking?
There's some sort of orb sat on the desk, which is very obvious. And that's the main thing that kind of stands out to you. Otherwise, there's lots of inkwells and quills.
Scale wise, are we talking regular human scale, the chair and the desk and everything?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'll go to the door that goes out to the balcony then and try and look out, see if I can see anyone out there, first of all.
Are you opening the door and stepping out onto the balcony?
No, just looking out the window first of all, if anyone's out.
You look out onto the balcony, and what you can see from there is a very sharp drop off the edge of the balcony, but then what is a lake of fire and lava.
I am inside the middle of a volcano. Hey, I wasn't far off.
What is odd, you were thinking maybe it is a volcano, but then you look up and it is straight into darkness, a void. It is not like there is cloud cover, it is an infinite expanse of nothingness. And it spins you out a little bit to look up at it.
You're in fucking hell, man.
Mm.
Which, do you want to make an Arcana check?
I've switched planes, haven't I? Arcana banana. It's a +4. Come on. Oh, 18. 22.
Yep. You remember from your studies that any alternate plane, between planes there is the infinite expanse. And if you were to create a pocket dimension, it would also exist within the infinite expanse. It just may not, depend on how you've created it, it may not have an effective ceiling to your plane, and it would just look out into the infinite expanse. And you believe that's what that is. You believe you've been transported to a pocket dimension.
Right, I'm gonna have a good shufty on the desk then. I'm gonna have a look at paperwork, books, see if there's anything there that might give me any sort of clue as to who owns this study.
Make an investigation check, please.
I am gonna go for a piss.
Dice rolls. Investigation is a +1. Oh! It's a 5. I forget how to read. I'm just looking at paperwork. It means nothing to me. Get a paper
No,
cut.
it's all you can figure out is that you know whose office it is, but you don't tend to find much more information than that. You can tell that this is, in fact, the office of Tiberius Trevelyan.
Oh. He had an office in a pocket
dimension.
Ooh. Right, in that case, I'm going to go back to the door that leads to the forge, and I'm going to bang on the door and try and get the attention of whoever's in there.
Okay. You start banging on there.
Intruders on sight.
At which point then, a head sticks around from the side of the forge, and you can see that it is in fact dwarven. And At which point, then he turns around and talks to somebody, and then two constructs, effectively, start slowly walking down this corridor towards you. They're large. They are clearly built for combat. What are you doing?
I'm going to stand my ground.
Oh.
I'm going to wait for him to open the door.
Okay.
Fucking dwarves, and he might die and never tell me.
Good. At which point, then, they approach and they try and push the door, and you can tell that they can't unlock the door. And then they start battering the door.
I'm going to try and shout to the door through the door. Who are you? I didn't need to actually shout. My kids are in bed.
Always stay in character.
Yeah, always.
Shout if you have to.
So, yeah, you shout this through the hatch. One of the sorry, I just need to pause ever so briefly because my wife may well need me. So we'll have a brief break just there. Yeah, my apologies.
Cool.
There we are. Welcome back. Whilst Aiden shows off his curls,
because I'm worth it.
Yes.
Need a can of Diet Coke.
Welcome back from the. You're raising your own standards there a bit.
Getting there. A couple more months in gym. I'll be.
Oh, that's
Cleaning windows on a high rise. Got you.
How does Jim feel about that?
Anyway, let's.
So where we had left it before the break, you. Meridian specifically, snuck off into the woods in the middle of the night to cast his keystone teleportation ritual. Teleported off to what is a pocket dimension on another plane of existence.
Yeah. Sorry, have you seen my dog?
No.
Yeah.
Can't see it on the
presenting
screen.
in the bottom corner.
So where we left it is Meridian had discovered an office of his adopted father, Trevelyan. Tiberius Trevelyan. And you then went to knock on the doors on the opposite side to gain the attention of the people within the forge/workshop across the other side. And you got the attention of some people who appeared to be dwarves on the other side, who also seemed to be accompanied by some form of construct, some artificial creature, who then came up to the locked door that you were on, and unable to open it, they just started battering on the door. And what were you shouting through, Meridian?
I was trying to shout to the dwarves, who are you?
At which point, as they'd the construct started battering on the door, the constructs it just stopped, and you can just about see past them, because these are very tall, these constructs. You can see two dwarves just down this very short corridor, stood having a conversation to each other, and one of them, little dwarven jog up to you, as they do, is trying to make time up with little legs. Who am I? Who are you?
Well, you may know me as Wilhelm Trevelyan. Tiberius Trevelyan was my adopted father.
I see.
But I mean, you no harm. I'm just trying to work out where I am and what's going on.
By all rights, I imagine you'd already know, eh? Well, I thought you would do, at any rate.
Well, I'm aware that it's my father's office, but I had no idea this place even existed until 30 seconds ago. Why are you here? Are you prisoners, or are you here by choice?
Nah, we're contracted.
Ah, by Tiberius.
Aye.
You know he's dead, right?
Contract's a contract.
But so the contract passes on to someone else? Are you?
It's more a contract with the state, let's say.
Ah, well, okay. Angelrun has fallen.
To whom?
To zombies.
So you don't say.
You don't seem particularly surprised by any of this.
Well, you know the history of Hatheria, right? It's not a pretty one, eh?
So, you're making weapons?
Effectively, aye.
For the war effort?
Aye, we are, aye, yeah. These big buggers here.
Oh. You're making the golems?
That's right. We make them here. And Trevelyan comes through there. We send them back through and he takes them to God knows where.
So, with him dead, who's going to collect now?
Well, that we didn't know. We assumed it'd be whoever comes through there next, and seeing as though it's clearly not you.
Right.
But it is you.
It is. Well, you're not there. I can't do it.
Disembodied voice.
I was like, hey, who's that?
How much would one of these golems set someone back?
Fair price, aye. It's wouldn't.
Always a fair price with dwarves.
Hey, they're already contracted. Already contracted. They've already been paid for.
That means nothing.
These belong to the state of Hatheria, and whoever might be there in charge, whether that be Dengal himself or Cromwell Leethern.
Or the Sanctus Veritas?
Aye, but as you can prove that's you.
Yes. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
How would I prove it was me?
You would have some sort of seal, or most likely some form of seal. Usually signet.
I'm gonna pull out the blood amulet and say, "Are you not aware what this is?"
He peers up to the windows. Oh, it's mighty pretty, but no.
This is the blood amulet. This is proof that I have the blood of the Trevellians. This is my seal. I am the remaining heir.
For all I know, that could be just blood of a goat.
Who wears the blood of a goat around their neck?
Who wears amulet of blood around their neck?
Well, that's a fair point. Right, well, I'm going to get off. Leave you boys to it.
Right.
Just before I go, have you any contacts with the Gromune?
Well, no. All of Dwarven kind fell some many years ago.
Not all of them. I've been travelling with Gromson.
Well, the nation fell, shall we say?
So you don't know?
I know of Grom.
Ah.
Know of. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I know of. I would never be able to say that I knew them. Obviously, most dwarves have heard of the Groms and the Gromsons.
What clan are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I do. Who are you to be asking that? I'm from the Stromgald.
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 Stromgald. Okay. Right.
Stromgald.
As soon as I jot that into the only document I have opened, which is a browser window, it immediately brings up the magic card of the same name.
Well, this isn't getting me anywhere. Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm gonna squat back down in my circle and start casting.
Fair enough. You go with your back facing them, but you can obviously still see them leering at you and watching what you're doing, and watching you over this entire course of the minute cast your return spell, and up until the point where the seal lights up and effectively encompassed with magical energy, and which then you are then teleported to your original point in the darkness of the wood outside of Havenford.
Right, sorry, I just need to check off two. That was 4th level, wasn't it? So 2 4th levels.
Yep.
Right.
Not going back there anytime soon, then.
And I take it time has passed here the same as it did there, so I've only been gone sort of 5 minutes or so.
It's been a week.
No.
80 years
long gone.
No, it's the same timescale.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wander back to my tent.
On the way past Meridian, that was one hell of a piss.
Yeah, I drank
Did a number 1 turn into a number 2?
I drank a lot of water on that boat. No, it's I'll tell you in the morning, and I'll just go into my tent.
Okay.
Then I continue my watch, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. You do.
We've got battle music. I forgot battle music.
Oh, I was putting the intense music on because he was just hammering on doors.
And things started hammering back.
Yeah. There you go.
Calm.
Tension diffused. There we go.
Right, so I'm continuing my watch.
Very well. Yeah, your watch goes by without incident because you're not having a campfire. Seems though you're making efforts to conceal your camp. And yeah, it goes by without incident. And who's taking next watch?
I'll roll out of bed, give Meridian's tent a kick, and say, "Hey, come on, you're gonna do watch with me."
Yeah.
At which point I give the little dwarf a fist pump and I go get into bed.
Hey, good night, lad.
Alright, then make a perception check, please. For Meridian's up on this watch, then, yeah?
Yeah, so I get advantage on that, don't I?
It's a
You do.
bloody good job as far as you're concerned, because I have rolled a 4.
Well, I rolled a 10 on the first one and a 13.
That's better than no.
Okay. With that, you can tell that there's some kind of movement somewhere out in the wood.
Fucking tree ends.
Okay, can I fire? Can I fire off a cantrip in the direction? Where are we? I've forgotten what it's called.
Just lay my hand on his shoulder before as I see him start to cast it. Do we know what it is?
Dancing lights. Just dancing lights. It's not dangerous.
Oh, just gonna make it. Look, hey, look, listen, we're stealthy.
I thought he was going to chuck a fireball. Like, movement, fireball.
Fourth level.
If you had any 4th levels left.
Yeah.
Dancing lights it is.
So Grom puts his hand on you to say,
just to say, hey, lad, look, what is it? We're trying to keep ourselves hidden.
Oh, well, I didn't. I thought they could see us, so I was just trying to see them. But no.
What have you seen? Because right now we're in pitch darkness.
There's movement over there. It could just be doggers. I don't know.
Yeah, you can tell there's some kind of movement, but there's no way of really knowing if it doesn't seem like they're going towards you as such. As far as you can tell, you should tell there's something moving.
It's just some elves having fun in the woods.
Spring. Ready.
Okay.
Just ready to cast. Okay. So now he's pointed it out. Do I get a better look with my dark vision, or is it too far beyond my 60 feet?
Oh, he's got dark vision as well.
He's got 120 feet, but it's a bit beyond it.
All right, fair enough.
Well, all you can tell is there's some sort of movement when it's in the middle of the night, and all you can hear is crunching of the leaves under feet and twigs.
Could be a couple of wolves wandering around.
Fucking badger, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or a badger.
Right, so we'll settle down. Yeah, come on, just sit back down. Come on. Yeah, no, not right now. No fucking wear things.
Grom.
Yeah, I've been meaning to have a chat with you. Look, I reckon I've been thinking about that keystone I passed you. I reckon there must be something going on with that we probably cracked together.
A bit late for that, I'm afraid.
What the fuck have you done?
I didn't want to endanger the entire party, so I didn't want to just. Sorry, I've nudged my camera.
You what now? What's one of them?
I snuck off while Cadell was on watch, and sorry, bear with me. Something's gone horribly wrong.
Fucking no! There's an earthquake. Celia, can you not feel it? Jesus Christ!
Captain. Sorry.
We're not on the barge anymore.
I snuck off while Cadell was on watch, and I cast the keystone teleportation.
Oh, you fucking pillock!
Look, I'm still alive. But
right, Meridian. Look, we've had this little thing. We've been confiding in each other.
And I'm confiding in you.
Take a friend.
Grom, it could have been dangerous. I didn't know.
I'm sure it could.
Well, it kind of was. Anyway, the teleportation spell took me to a pocket dimension. My father had some sort of secret lair.
You what now? What?
He had some sort of secret location in a pocket dimension. He had an office. He had a forge.
And that keystone was the anchor point that took you there. Then, so yes. You found a spell.
I had the letter that was within it had a hidden spell on the back.
God, cheeky bastard!
And
I knew it was worth something.
And it took me to this pocket dimension. But what's more important is he had a forge, and he had dwarven contractors.
You what? What, sorry? Dwarves?
Dwarven contractors.
No, they're all gone. There's none left.
No,
they've all gone down south.
And that's what he thought when I mentioned you. He thought everyone had gone.
Wait. Did he know me? Did he know my family name?
No, he knew of the Gromsons. He said he was from the clan. Can't remember.
Would I, at this point, know who the Stromgal dwarves are? History check, or would it just be a You know,
You make a history check.
If it's another if it's another like known heritage of dwarfs, if it's another known clan, surely you would.
Potentially, but we were a commune. I was brought up in Hatheria.
Yeah.
I was born after the calamity, and the Grommune was its own separate enclave within a wider nation. It kept to itself, so it might not have. But
fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
That's 4. Oh, that's a great time to roll a 1923.
I've done a liter of milk.
You have heard of them, and they weren't one of the ruling families. But they were a family who were known for their craftsmanship, as most of the major dwarven families were. But they weren't a ruling family. But that's
were they Arbarath dwarves rather than Grommune dwarves then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's nothing close to do with us. Okay.
They weren't from the Grommune, no.
Okay. So actually, if anything, then realistically would have been in contention with their family for the arms deal we struck. Although they're making fucking constructs.
Let's go fuck them up.
That's beside the point, anyway. Right. Oh, I know them. I've heard of them before. Nothing major, like they were small fry, but you know they did their part.
They're not now. Look, the forge that's there, they're working for Hatheria. They said that even though Father's dead, they're still going to honour the contract, and they're building constructs. Massive fucking constructs. I mean, we thought gnome weapons were the worst of our troubles. They've got cannons, they've got constructs, but more importantly, they said that they now don't know who they're delivering these constructs to. He said whoever comes through now, Muggins here appeared and acted like he didn't know what was going on, and no amount of conversating with them was going to convince them otherwise, so I just left. But if I send someone back with enough clout to prove to them that they are the person receiving the delivery, we could land ourselves some constructs.
Well, all right, so let's think about this. Right. Does that know the family crest? The Trevelyan crest?
Yes.
Does that have it?
On my left arse cheek.
I mean,
Would no, but I'm sure. Would I be able to draw it from memory?
Minor illusion.
You can try.
Because I mean, I could make it given the right materials.
Well, no, I'm just thinking I could probably. I can minor illusion.
If he's a dwarf, he's going to want to touch it.
Now, he didn't seem that friendly, to be honest.
Well, and everyone said it was going to be nice. He just wants to get his mitts on you.
Now, to go back, I'm going to need to rest because it took a lot out of me.
Jesus, again, you've wasted a night. Right. You see, you should involve me in these things, Meridian.
Yes, and then we both would have gone in there not knowing our asses from our elbows, and it would have been two of us being told to fuck off by two dwarves. We either need to convince them that we are there for the delivery and take the constructs with the instructions of how to use them, or we need to get into the forge so you can find out how these things work so we can disable the ones that are being taken to war.
I really want to say
do that.
Really want to say something, but I'm not there. So
No. So here's how I see it, right? We've a military man here. He's a captain. Now, I don't know how hard that will be to make him a colonel, but they're never going to have met him before. Got the uniform. Surely we can customize that. We may even have the pauldrons of a higher ranking officer that we took. I'll have to double check. But I feel that maybe if we take Cadell and we take myself, because I mean, I'm a dwarf of a notable family. And I think perhaps if we can conjure your crest, and by conjure I mean craft, because they're gonna, you show them it, that's fine, but they're gonna want to feel it.
I think if we go back, I don't think I should make my presence known at all. I think they already don't trust me. They seem to. They suggested that whoever was going to be taking the delivery would just appear as I did. So I think we just, obviously I need to go because I need to bring them back. But
Here's a question for you. Your adopted father was the person who held this spell. Could you see him sharing this with anyone else? Or do you think he'd have to be there and maybe be in this office, as you say, while someone else? Can you take people? Your spell, does it allow you to take people with you?
I can take as many people as I want. Yeah. It's a 15-foot radius, so as long as we're all still in a circle.
Then I suggest you come along, because obviously I'm not going to want to be there alone. I won't be able to find my way back. But maybe you can take up residence in this office. No, this office, you say it was your father's, but surely you found some secrets in there. Did you have a good look about?
Not really. No, I had I think what the commoners call a shufti.
A shufti, a quick shufti.
I wasn't really in my right mind. To be honest,
I'd just like to stop you there, because where I'm from, a shufti is a wank. Is called in Hatheria. So you went into your father's office and had a quick wank.
It definitely didn't do that. No.
Fair enough.
I
was caught a little off guard because I didn't know where the spell would take me, and then I discovered that I was actually in a completely different dimension, which I will admit threw me slightly. Yes, I instantly regretted my decision. And also, when I told Cadell that I was off for a piss, I did actually need a piss, but didn't have a piss. So this was all going on while I had a full bladder. It was very uncomfortable. So I came back.
All right. So,
and I think now we should go in force, but with a plan.
Well, I suggest the plan is thus. We have Captain Cadell and we have Arul, two ranking Hatherian team members. Arul, in fact, being a member of the was it the Inquisition?
Yes.
The Inquisition.
Yes. Who is more than capable of talking his way through a doorway. So I think perhaps the four of us should go. Well, maybe everybody, but if everyone goes, we're going to want to make everyone look official. Ranks, insignias. But maybe Harul and I can conjure up some paperwork. And we'll go and we'll see if we can lay claim to these constructs. Now, they may be helpful to us, they may not be helpful, but if no else, if we're trying to cross these mountains, they may help us clear a way to the underground passage. As many years have gone by, it may not be intact. And they'll certainly be handy to have sitting around. We can all have a lovely nap. They just take care of things. Oh, I can't believe there's still dwarves.
Excellent.
Well, all these years. How long had they been there? Did you ask?
We weren't really shooting the breeze, as it were.
Did they have accent like mine, or did it sound different?
No, very different.
Southern Arborough. All right. Well, you see, they're a strange lot down there.
Southern dwarves.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I mean, I assume it must be obviously calamity now, but family strains run deep, so you keep your accent. Great. Well, this is a turn up for the books. Are we going to tell everyone tomorrow? Or are we going to sit on this for a while?
No. We'll continue the night, and then once the muscly idiots wake up, we'll fill them in.
Aye. All right.
Good luck with that.
What, filling them in?
Yeah. I could punch you once and kill you.
Not fill you in as in beat you up. Fill you in as in catch you up with what's happened.
Yes, that would be a good idea to stop going off on your own and actually,
Look, you don't
the rest
know
of your
that's
party.
even happened.
No, you don't
as
even
far
know
as
what
you're
he's doing.
concerned,
No,
I went for a long piss.
No, don't.
And I've already pissed off with him at this point, so flip him round the back of the head like I do with Hector normally. Just look, listen. Next time, take someone. All right. You've got a mouth on you and it gets you out of trouble, but sometimes...
If I'd casted it on everyone and we'd found ourselves at the bottom of a pit full of snakes, you'd all be like, whoa, what'd you do that for, Meridian? Whoa, setting fire to trees,
if Meridian. If we'd found ourselves at the bottom of a pit full of snakes, a fucking barbarian would have had a field day.
if you actually explained yourself beforehand and told us the story, then maybe we would be a bit more inclined to go
to have this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you haven't told us shit.
Hey, wait, look, I think maybe we're being too loud. Can you hear that? Can you hear that grumbling? Like sleep fucking talking coming from Cadell's tent. We must be disturbing his sleep. That lad don't need anything like this interfering with his dreams. Bless him.
Yeah.
Right, look, okay. I think you're a dick for doing it on your own, but I'm glad you're well.
But in the meantime, you were keeping an ear out.
Keeping
for
watch,
these sounds,
supposedly.
Yeah.
And they'd moved on.
Yeah. Told you. Fucking badger. You can imagine doing that now and it had just alerted a whole fucking posse of hobgoblins to us with your dancing fucking lights. Dear me.
I thought it was a whole posse of badgers just come bowling up, steal our mashed potato.
Oh, dear me.
Bodger and badger.
Oh, it's always a fucking bodge job.
So,
next
watch.
Bodger and badger, they're never
Far away.
Yeah, sorry.
So next watch would be, I assume, Hector and Harul.
Yeah, I'll take the last watch.
Harul will take it with you.
Don't forget Harul's accent, if you need to have a conversation, is Australian at the moment.
Australian?
What
Yeah.
what sort of rest will Meridian get having a watch in between? Will I just have a short rest?
As long as you didn't do anything strenuous, you can have a long rest.
Oh, excellent.
If you had
we can go
fight
first thing in the
that,
morning.
That middle watch is always the tricky one, because if you have a fight or go for a jog or something, in that middle watch, you lose out on your long rest.
Just to clarify, does a wank class as strenuous?
He did go for a shufty, I told you.
But anywho,
gives you a better rest.
Perception. Well, he does have advantage, but that's Meridian. Well, I'm looking at the wrong one. Where is he? Harul, there he is.
He's
He's really good.
That's 9. Fuck it out.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Okay. What was Hector's?
Still 11.
Okay. Yeah. You just staring out into the darkness and just see darkness. Staring back.
For stats, he's going to need to know what he rolled.
Oh, yeah.
I've not bothered because I didn't with the other one because.
Oh, did you not?
Essentially, no one. It's. There's no one rolling it. It's Tom rolling it, so it's like.
Right, fair enough. It just occurred to me then. I could just see you going. I need to know.
No.
It's not rolled by a player. It doesn't count.
All right.
That means everything the DM does doesn't count.
If I'd love your stuff, but I'm not going to get.
Nat 20.
I'm not going to get all your stats.
No, you're not, because there's a lot of rolls which you would never even know.
Yeah. No, exactly. I don't want half of them.
One day you should just give him a load of D20 scores and not tell him what they're for.
By the way, last time I rolled these. But no, your watch goes by and that's absolutely fine. And you, between the two of you, you watch the sun come up, and it's a brand new day.
Good weather, been like a nice day.
Does that count as a long rest?
It's a bit overcast. Yeah. It does, yeah. Because he did his little jaunt before he slept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than on his watch.
Yes, it wasn't totally unplanned.
But yeah, the morning it is overcast, bit of a breeze, but it's getting a little bit chillier. You can see there's some darker clouds rolling in, but there's nothing. It's not wet yet, or wetting, as my wife would say. Wetting. She doesn't like the R word.
Likes a bit of wetting.
So what are you doing with your day? Cadell wakes up first.
It took me far too long to work out what the R word was then. I was like... What?
Respiration.
Yeah.
Precipitation.
Yeah, not a fan of that. Oh, I love a bit of precipitation.
We're heading to Haven, third.
We are. We've got a 6-mile trek across to the river.
Yeah? Unless there's anything else.
Lovely start to the day. Yeah. How are you, Meridian? You're right.
Yes, and I will now proceed to tell everybody
Walk and talk.
what happened as we're walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say, Meridian, you goddamn idiot for going on your own. But okay.
I told him that. I already called him a twat. Don't you worry.
Idea.
Meridian, I'd have done the same thing if I was you.
Thank you, Hector.
You're different,
understanding that now.
You'd have forgotten to come back.
Yeah, I'd have stayed at the dwarves.
So, considering what you've just told us, could you not teleport us back, and I'll go in full military uniform, and I'll act like I'm there to pick up the order?
Well, that's what we discussed. I think maybe we need to rank you up
military
a
uniform
touch.
is this, Cadell? You threw it off in a fit of rage, and now you're just in your duds.
That's a good point.
It's fine. I pull it out of the bag of hold. I just picked it up off the floor. Yeah. Never let a good disguise go to waste. They've been calling you captain back in that city, and they weren't wrong. They do as they tell you. A rule. What about you? When you come here, I think maybe we need to come up with some paperwork, and I figure you might be the person who knows what they might be expecting to see. Have you heard of this place before?
Never heard of it. Never heard of a thing.
No,
Never of these other planes.
Right.
Never.
Well, can you come up with some official transfer paperwork or something like that, maybe? A good forger.
You can forge anything as long as you know what it looks like to begin with. I'm not going to bother with the accent. I can't bother. Can't bother. I'm just ditching it right now. Having not prepared for it. There's like, you can forge anything as long as you know what it looks like to begin with, or at least have an idea. Certainly.
But do we not know what the seal looks like?
Well, the seal's the important bit.
Like a walrus, but without the tusks.
No, you're thinking sea lion.
Oh.
If we teleport there and I walk in full military uniform and say I'm here to pick up, what's your dad called?
They know he's dead.
Yeah, they know he's dead, but what's he called?
Tiberius Trevelyan.
So if I walk in there in full uniform, knock on the door and go, I'm here to pick up Trevelyan's order.
Yeah, didn't you tell me that they said the thing would default to Leeturn or Dengal?
Necessarily, no. I mean, they
said the next person that. Well, no.
They assumed that they don't actually know. With the fall of Angelrun and the death of Father, if we've got enough paperwork and uniforms, if we go in there with confidence and an air of authority, I'm pretty sure we could wing it.
I mean, if I walk in there full uniform, knock on the door and say I'm here to pick up Trevelyan's order,
I suggest the following. First off, you only had a shufty round that office. No, I reckon if we all go in and we obviously big ourselves up, but we don't announce ourselves straight away, we go in and we go straight into that office and we ransack the place. Do bear with me 1 second. They're banging somewhere. I'll be right back.
We were walking and talking.
He said that in character. I didn't know. Oh no! Someone's banging.
I mean, if I walk in full military uniform, knocking on the door to these dwarfs and say I'm here to pick up Trevelyan's order, with a bit of authority, say
it's worth a shot, I guess, Cadell.
I mean,
we're walking and talking here, aren't we? We're walking on our way to.
While Grum's not listening, worst case scenario, we just kill the fucking dwarves and we take the golems. I mean, he thought they were all dead anyway. He's not going to miss them.
If we kill the dwarfs, won't the golems then turn on us?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I do think it's worth a shot. Walking in, military uniform, all gung ho. I mean,
maybe
if we
maybe
can't
we should get to maybe we should get to Havenford and see what the situation is there first, just so we know what we're dealing with.
If we can't get the golems, or we can't control the golems, I think the next best thing is for Grom to study them and find out how they work and how we can deactivate them, because inevitably we're going to be going up against them when we get to.
You say they've been providing these to the military a while.
Yes. So there's every possibility that the army already has them and they're currently marching on.
I wonder if in the study.
That's it.
I wonder if in the study there's any plans or record of how many.
But we can get there at any point, can't we? You can teleport us there at any point, can't you?
Yes. But the longer we leave it, we risk the danger of someone actually turning up to take delivery. And then our cover's blown immediately. We turn up and claim that we're them, and they'll just kill us on the spot.
So, yes, I think the best course of action is to go back there, full force. I'll full military uniform, pretend I'm still a captain, and I'm there to pick up the order.
Grom's with a baby.
We need a seal. We need an official seal, official document.
Here he comes.
Couldn't help myself, sorry.
I'm singing Kiss from a Rose.
Took you a moment, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Right. Okay. So he's going to be a little while, isn't he? So
yeah.
As you're walking and talking, it does take you best part of the morning to get there. So you're getting there around lunch.
What can I see from afar?
What sort of situation?
As you start kind of getting to the edges of tree lines and such, where the trees start getting a bit thinner, you can see before anybody else could tell that the bridge, which was over there, is currently down.
Yeah, lads, the bridge is down over there. It's gone. It's destroyed. We can't get over that.
Okay, well then I suggest we stop.
I mean,
if the bridge is down, then chances are
the town's fallen.
The town has fallen.
Well, they could have taken the bridge down to stop the goblins.
Yeah, but that'd mean that they'd abandoned the town.
Well, they might not have abandoned the town. They might have just destroyed the bridge to stop goblins.
No, the goblins weren't on this side.
The town is in trouble. If we're going to go back to this pocket dimension, wherever we leave from is where we return. So where we leave from needs to be safe. I really would not recommend us going into a town that could be full of zombies, full of goblins, or even full of military.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah, you've got a good point there. You've got a good point.
Hang on.
We make a base camp.
There could be a boat in there. If we could sneak in, get a boat and sail and carry on upriver.
Yes, but we need to do this sooner rather than later.
Yes,
okay,
we do.
So we do this.
If we leave it for a couple of days and then we go back to this dimension and someone's already been
Can you do it now? Are you well rested?
I can do it. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
If we're gonna teleport back, then I need to don my old military uniform.
So so let's get everything ready. Have we got the paperwork ready?
Well, here's what I was gonna say was if we get into that office and we ransack it while no one else knows we're there, then perhaps we'll find all the relevant bits we need, create the paperwork. There may be your seal there may be invoices, there may be documents that we can all uncover.
Well,
do exactly what we need.
The door to the forge was locked, and when I first arrived, I went into the office and came back, and until I banged on that door, they were completely oblivious that I was even there. So I think we're safe. I think if we teleport into the room that I teleported in, move immediately into the office, close the door behind us, I think we've probably got as much time as we need to ransack that and prepare everything. Worst case scenario, if they do come out, I'll hide or polymorph into an ant or something, and you guys pretend you've just arrived.
I can pull out the captain card. Yeah.
Alright, well, let's try this here then, shall we?
There's a globe on the desk that I'm very interested in, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't get a proper look at it before. But like I say, I needed a week.
Yep.
And there was a whole balcony.
There we are. Okay,
a lake of lava, and he just didn't take the opportunity.
With a plan then. I'm going to have to go again in a second. I'm afraid this child is not staying down.
We were about to call it anyway.
I was going to.
Yeah, ideal. Yeah, we're in a good position. We've got a plan and a good springboard, haven't we? So
yeah.
All right. Well, let's teleport in, and then we'll call it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You doing it in the wood, just away from the bridge, or?
Yeah. We're still doing it in the woods, in the tree line, away from any vision.
Okay.
Nice, safe place.
Sure.
We'll teleport in, and we'll call it there.
Sure. Right. Okay. Do you want to make a survival check, just to see?
Me?
Yes.
What's my survival? I think it was +4.
Reasonable. I don't know.
Cadell survival. Yeah, +4. Yeah. A D20. Do I go for blue or do I go for pink? We'll go for navy. Let's mess it up. We'll go for navy. It's an 18 +4. That's a 22.
Rolling well tonight.
Yeah, you think you found a good spot, which nobody's going to find your teleportation circle, or spot you disappearing within it. So yeah, and then you see as Meridian kneels on the floor, starts casting his magic. It's a bit of a ritual. It's not ritual casting as such, but it just takes a while to cast. And as he's doing it, these lines start appearing in the grass, and it disappears under some foliage, but you know it's kind of there because it reappears again. And then, just the moment that it completes, it then shimmers with this magical energy, and then you just stop being able to see everything beyond the this teleportation circle on the floor. And then the grass beneath your feet changes to stone until that's all there is. And then suddenly you're in a dark room. It's just you're transported there, slightly disorientating, but just that quick moment of teleportation, effectively, for those who have never experienced it before. And yeah, you're in a dark room, pitch black room, that again, as Meridian experienced before, torches start lighting themselves on the walls all the way around till the room is lit.
We look around and which way, Meridian?
Right, follow me, and I charge to the small door, but keeping my head down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we all sort of scurry.
Yeah, you scurry through the door, the singular door on the far side, into a nice, fancy, ornate office, and that is where we'll leave it.
Ideal.
Yeah, that's good.
Spot
That's
that.
good.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you again. That was a wonderful session. I do enjoy the more roleplay sessions, and I was expecting a fight.
Hey.
Well, we've got time next time. Next time we're going to be in all sorts of positions. Yeah.
Depends what we do with these dwarves.
Yeah. Right, guys, I have to run
I've got to say,
really quickly, so I will say my farewells now.
Well, take care, everybody. Until catch us next time.
For the DM, did you roll really badly on one of our watches?
There was quite a few rolls that were going on through those watches and whilst you were on the boat and stuff. So
were they all quite bad?
Yeah. The ones that whilst you were actually doing a proper watch in a camp, some were mediocre, but you camouflaged it, so they never spotted you.
You see. Excellent. Lovely.
But yes, until next time, catch us on Twitch. We're not 100% certain when that's going to be. We're generally on Sunday nights, starting around 7:30. So go over there, give us a follow on there, and so you can stay up to date, or just watch us on YouTube as well as all of our past episodes. So go check it out. So until then, take care. Bosh.
See you later. Bye.